That's not it, is it? That doesn't look quite right. It seems like it bends on the top to the right a little more than that. Oh, maybe it is Jeeves. Yeah, it looks like Jeeves, doesn't it? I'm gonna say Jeeves. That's my guess. If it doesn't work, we'll try it again. The curtain is about to go up. Please be seated. What Wizard says, will Laura Bow figure out which fingerprint it is? Find out on The Colonel's Bequest. Have you previously attended a performance of The Colonel's Bequest? Yes, I have. Last night, in fact. Alright, so last time on Laura Bow, The Colonel's Bequest, we entered this room, and when we entered it, the clock chimed 10. Now, if previous events are to be trusted, that means that Gloria, who's the woman sitting in the chair here, will probably be the next to be murdered. Because at the beginning of each chapter thus far, you encounter a person who then, immediately after leaving and re-entering the room that you see them in, is murdered or disappeared or something. So, I am going to leave the room. And when I re-enter, Gloria will most likely have passed on. Things look suspicious here. You can see pieces of a broken record on the floor by the Victrola, and a small pile of pink feathers near it. What wizard would like me to take the trombone and play jazz? I'll indulge your request. Take trombone. You were never musically inclined. Sorry, what wizard? That did not work. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. There are things in here that I can examine. So, let's see. Look, floor. There are pieces of a broken record, a small pile of pink feathers, and some mud spots on the floor. Okay. Last time someone was murdered, there were pink feathers on the ground as well. Although, this time the pink feathers could come from Gloria's, I think she had like a flamingo like scarf or something, some weird flamingo fur thing that she was wearing. So mud spots, I want to look at those in my magnifying glass, right? So, examine mud. Partial footprint. Look, mud with monocle? The muddy spot looks like, okay. Examine mud with monocle. Oh, well, guess it's not gonna do it. Alright, take record. As you bend down to retrieve the largest piece of the broken record, you notice some spots of mud on the rug. Alright, can I now examine the mud with my monocle? Alright, I guess that doesn't really do anything. I am just going to be very meticulous about trying to look at all the evidence with my cool monocle now that I have it. Alright, well, here comes Jeeves. And Jeeves is gonna clean up the evidence. Great, thanks, Jeeves. Panda Space Dan says the murderer is a giant bird. Well, I guess we'll wait and see, right? Hopefully tonight we will identify the murderer. And hopefully it will be a giant bird, because that would be cool. That is the murderer in the game The Last Express, however. Ah, there's something on the floor here in the secret passage. Look, floor. Someone dropped an old cigar butt on the floor. Take cigar butt. What Wizard says Jeeves is super used to murders occurring. Apparently, a lot of things happen. What Wizard says, man, spoilers for The Last Express. Sorry, What Wizard. You bend over and pick up the small cigar butt. Cool, I now have a cigar butt. Can I look at the cigar butt with my monocle? You examine it with a monocle, but don't see anything interesting. All right. So what else is going on around here? Jeeves, you're gonna... Oh, yeah, Jeeves is cleaning up the evidence from this murder, too. Good guy, Jeeves. Good guy. But on the other hand, it can be a little frustrating because time is advanced by the thing that you encounter as opposed to time actually passing. And the thing about that can be a little bit frustrating is that if you happen to encounter something that makes time go forward, then you might be out of luck for being able to find something else that you might be interested in seeing. So that's why I've been pretty good about saving my times here so that I can restore back to them without losing too much if I accidentally move time more forward than I want to. So here I see Rudy going forward, so I'm gonna save my game as 10:30 so I can get back here. And I don't think I want to see Ethel wandering around just yet, because I'm afraid that if time advances too far forward, that it might spoil my chance to see to find Gloria's body. So I'm going to be a little bit careful about that in the meantime. All right, so my memory is a little fuzzy because it's been a while since I played this game. I think the last time I played it was probably in middle school, so like early 2000s, something like that, mid 2000s. But there are a few possible places where I think Gloria's body might be, and I'm gonna go check those out. Hopefully, not causing time to advance forward. So yeah, it's 10:30 now. Hopefully, I can avoid getting to 10:45. Shoot. Okay. So that brought me to 10:45. I want to restore now back to 10:30. This is only really an annoyance in a couple of places. Most of the time, it's been fine. But in this particular section, there's just quite a few things that can trigger the passage of time, and I don't want to do that. All right. So here... Oh, no. Okay, it looks like I just don't want to go into this screen. So I can avoid that pretty easily. Going right. So the first place I'm going to check for Gloria's body is the gazebo, which, if I remember correctly, there's a path leading to it. So once I get to the end of the house here, I want to go down and then right, so as not to upset the balance of things. All right, so let's see if this will take us to the gazebo. Yep, okay, this is Gloria. I have found Gloria's dead body. What's this? Gloria is lying very still upon the gazebo floor. On closer inspection, it's clear that someone has strangled Gloria with her own feather boa. Alright. So, yes, what wizard? A feather boa. That is correct. So I probably want to search Gloria, right? So search Gloria. Wizard says, congrats on finding the body, I guess. Thank you. Nervously examined Gloria's body and confirmed that she was indeed viciously strangled with her feather boa. Take boa? Boa is too tightly knotted around Gloria's neck. That's unfortunate. Alright. So I'm going to save this as 10:30 again, since it is still 10:30. Get out of my sight, jerk! No, you get out of my sight! Why, you... You little pipsqueak! Don't mess with me, bud. Just stay out of my way. You ain't heard the last of me, Rudy. I'll get you for this. Seems like they were upset. What Wizard says that was some exciting music. I agree. Ah. Why can't I? Ah, there we go. All right. So I guess Jeeves and Fifi are having some kind of affair. Which is probably fine. I mean, better than Fifi's affair with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Mustard. Here we go. 11 o'clock, Act 5. Alright, I think I've done what I want to do. Because, I was able to find the body. That was good. I also saw the fight, which is also good. Alright, 11 o'clock. So, considering that the time turned forward to 11, after me seeing Ethel, I'm going to assume that I'm going to find Ethel dead somewhere. So, keep a lookout for that. Wonderful little garden. You wonder who planted it. Certainly not the Colonel. Alright, so there are a couple places I might look. One of them is the Rose Garden. But there are a few alternates, so I'll check those out. One of them is the church here. I don't think I found anyone in here yet. Alright, Ethel's not in the church. Where else could you be, Ethel? I haven't been in the graveyard yet, I don't think. This is an old family graveyard behind the little chapel. Set among the various family graves and monuments, there's 2 large tombs. Currently, it's just an empty tomb. One day, this will be the final resting place of Colonel Dijon. Dijon Mustard, Colonel Mustard. Wonder if they purposefully did that. Knowing Sierra, the answer is probably yes. Alright, and I don't think she's going to be in the barn, because I've already found a dead body in the barn. What Wizard says R.I.P.D.H. Did you read that on a tombstone back there? Maybe she's in here? Yep. This is dreadful. Poor Ethel has been hit over the head and killed. Something terrible is going on around here. Yeah, you think? And you suddenly feel a cold fear spreading ominously throughout your body. Alright, so... search Ethel. Fearfully search Ethel's body and find that she was indeed killed by a terrible hit on the head. Alright. So I found her body and it is still 11 o'clock. What Wizard says, yeah, it was on one of the tombs. Well, I missed that. So thank you for pointing that out. Alright, seems like there's some things on the ground here. Look, ground. That's odd. There's a rolling pin line on the ground. Take rolling pin. As you pick up the rolling pin, you notice a muddy footprint nearby. So I want to examine footprint with monocle. Using Wilbur's monocle as a magnifying glass, you carefully examine the muddy impression and can see that it is definitely a boot print. Aha! There on the sole is an insignia of an eagle. Is that on Colonel Dijon Mustard's boot, by chance? Who else wears boots, do you think? Examine rolling pin with monocle. You scrutinize the entire rolling pin with Wilbur's monocle. Aha! You discovered traces of blood on it. Alright, so it looks like that was the murder weapon for Ethel. Right, so... what more? Perhaps I should head back inside now that I seem to have identified Ethel's body. Also found a rolling pin, which was the murder weapon, and a boot print with an eagle on it. So something is amiss here. And that is that people are getting murdered, as Laura so astutely seemed to have finally noticed. So let's check out what's going on with Fifi. And it looks like we're gonna get this nice little sequence of Fifi changing here. Great. Thanks. Thanks, game. Look, Fifi. Fifi's the Colonel's pretty French maid. She finds that she is probably very apt in her duties, whatever they may be. Fifi's young, blonde, and sexy, Though she seems to have a vivacious personality, you can sense a certain cunning underneath it all. Look, so... talk to Fifi. You should not be in here, mademoiselle. This is my private room. Ask Fifi about date. This gives understand date. Alright, whatever. Oh, I should ask her about Jeeves. Ask Fifi about Jeeves. Most of the time I feel that he is the only one who understands me. Ask Fifi about... kiss? Try that one again, it didn't make much sense. Okay. Tell Fifi about Jeeves. Now, mademoiselle, you should not be watching him. Alright. Well, Fifi, I will leave you to your date preparation. You might want to be aware that people are getting murdered left and right, so that should probably factor into whatever plans you have later. Just a little bit of a heads up there. Alright. So, it is still 11 o'clock. I'm going to save again as 11 o'clock. Knowing that if time advances forward, I can always go back to the save in case I missed anything. And with that, it is 11:15. Looks like Rudy is sitting in the parlor here, as he often is. Or by Rudy, I mean Clarence. So it looks like Clarence is smoking a cigar, and I think whoever the murderer is a cigar smoker, because we've noticed cigar smoke at many of the places. Although that isn't necessarily that helpful, because it seems like most of the people in this game do smoke. So I'm not sure how much that's actually going to help us. But look, cigar. That's a big cigar. Okay. So smell cigar. Sniff sniff. Alright, great. Ask Clarence about fight. Ask Clarence about Rudy. Watch out for that guy. He's nothing wherever he goes. He's trouble wherever he goes. I happen to know he has too many gambling debts. One of these days, he'll get what's coming to him. Alright. What else can I look at? Oh, I better save my game. 11:15. Not too worried about... what was your ask? Is it Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas? I'm guessing not, but, hey, you never know. Maybe in a past life, Justice Thomas was a skinny white man. He is a lawyer, though, I think. Clarence is a lawyer, and so is... well, Clarence Thomas is a justice, but they both work in the legal system in some capacity. Oh yeah, here's Rudy. I'm gonna ask Mr. Rudy about Clarence after I save my game as 11:30. Ask Rudy about Clarence. That old rat doesn't even have to wait for my uncle to die. I bet he's stolen half his money already. Alright, that kind of started as a really bad English accent and ended as a really bad Southern accent. But, it's hard because it seems like a lot of the characters in this game sort of straddle that line of sophistication and Southernness, if that makes any sense. Alright, so... if I know anything about this game, I know that there's usually a little bit of spying. What Wizard says he has the shiftiest eyes in the West. Are you referring to Mr. Clarence or Mr. Rudy when you say that? Because I think they both have shifty eyes. Pull clock. Look holes. Something of interest in the library. Alright. Hole mirror. Is Rudy doing anything suspicious when I look through the holes here? You see Rudy having dessert and coffee in the dining room. Right? Not really. Look holes. Any suspicious activity here? Nope, just Clarence. Alone, drinking alone, as always. Shouldn't say as always, but it's more Ethel's game, I guess. Alright, well, we can check the secret passageways upstairs. See if I can catch any hot action through those. Pole Armory. Alright. What's in here? Look. Holes. Ah, it appears that Lillian and the Colonel are having some kind of discussion. Why are you treating me this way, Uncle Henry? Don't you care how I feel? Don't I matter to you anymore? You matter to me the same way everyone else does, no more, no less. But I don't understand it. I thought I was special. I thought you cared for me more than for Gloria or Rudy or any of the others. You're right, you thought that. You were wrong. What about when I used to come and visit you? You were like a father to me. How can you be like this now? I'm afraid you misunderstood a lot of things, Lillian. I was trying out my sister, that's all. To me, you were just her insecure, whiny kid. I won't hear any more of this. You're lying to me, Uncle Henry. Somebody's behind this. I just know it, and I intend to find out who it is. Au revoir, Uncle Henry. All right. Oh, I never looked through the other holes. You notice a faint aroma of perfume. Interesting. I think the only one I know of who wears perfume who's alive is Lillian. Nothing in here. Nothing of interest in Gertie and Gloria's room. I think Gertie's still alive. No, wait. Gertie's dead. Yeah, Gertie and Gloria are both dead. Gertie died near the beginning. Alright. So, what else might I want to check up on? I should probably save as 11:45. I want to check up on Jeeves, because it looks like Fifi's getting ready for a hot date. Maybe Jeeves, I'm guessing Jeeves is probably doing the same. So I'll check out what's going on with him. If I remember correctly, he lives in the cellar. Fifi lives in the attic. How romantic, right? So I want to go left here. So open cellar. Not close enough. Right. Nice. So we get to see Jeeves without a shirt on. Look, bed. there is a beautiful bouquet of flowers on Jeeves' bed. Take flowers. Flowers don't belong to you. Talk, Jeeves. Not to you again. Oh, great! I like how we get his little animation, speech animation without a shirt on. That was a nice touch. All right. I actually haven't talked to Jeeves really, so I might just like ask Jeeves about everyone because I haven't done that yet, and I'm kind of curious about what his answers might be. Although, I also kind of have a feeling that his answers might just be, I don't feel like talking to you, because he seems like that kind of guy. But yeah, I'm just pulling up the list of all the people in the game. What Wizard says, hot old man action. I don't know how old Jeeves is. Maybe he's old. Ask Jeeves about Sealy. What Wizards asks, what am I going to ask Jeeves? Hot. Early 2000s internet reference. Kindly leave my room. Ask Jeeves about Rudy. Please leave. Ask Jeeves about Lillian. I'm tired. I don't want to converse. Ask Jeeves about Gloria. It appears that Jeeves is in no mood to talk. Ask Jeeves about Gertrude. Please, Miss Bow. Ask Jeeves about Henry. Jeeves isn't listening to you. I'm going to try to break the internet and ask Jeeves about Jeeves. Jeeves must be the strong silent type. He doesn't respond. Ask Jeeves about Fifi. I don't feel like talking. Ask Jeeves about Clarence. Kindly leave my room. Okay, so it looks like he actually is just on a loop right now. What Wizard wants me to ask Jeeves about good restaurants in Indianapolis? So I will do that. It doesn't look like it's the input bar is long enough for that question. Ask about restaurants in Indianapolis. This game does not understand restaurants. That is too bad. Fortunately, the search engine Ask Jeeves improved significantly between now and when it launched, and deteriorated probably before its death. Or not so much deteriorated, but got replaced by other search engines, namely Google. Okay, so, yeah, I think that's probably good for good. I'm going to save my game at 11:45 and see what else is going on in the house. I think, unless I can find some other things going on, I'm probably safe to advance time. Not that I know exactly what's going to trigger that, but we'll find out. All right. So last we entered the Colonel's room, he got into an argument with Lillian. Let's see if he's in there now. Ah, it is midnight, and the Colonel does not appear to be in the room. He's not even in his wheelchair. Although, as we saw earlier, he doesn't actually need his wheelchair. He seems to be able to walk quite fine as he was pacing around smoking a cigar when we were spying on him through the painting. I think in Act 2 or something like that. Look, wheelchair. The Colonel's wheelchair sits empty in the middle of the room. So, where are you, Colonel? Not in here, huh? Oh, it looks like his wheelchair has disappeared. That was quick work. Alright, well, what else can we find? I haven't been in the bathroom in a while. Look trash can. See a waste paper bag near the sink. Look in trash can? Look in trash can. 2 words. A small empty bottle has been thrown into the waste basket. What Wizard asks, does this game have flushable toilets? I can find out for you. Okay, so I found a bottle in the garbage can. Look, bottle. Small empty bottle. Examine bottle with monocle. You read the small print of the sleeping powder bottle. Sleeping powder bottle through the monocle. It says, can be fatal if taken in too large a dose. Uh-oh. All right. So someone has been poisoned, apparently. Take bottle. Retrieving the small bottle from the wastebasket basket, you read its label. It says, Dr. Milliken's Miracle Sleep Powder. With Dr. Milliken's, you can be sure your dreams will be sweet tonight. Upon further inspection of the label, you notice some very small print at the bottom. Though you try to read the small print, you can't quite make it out. Well, I just did with the monocle. Giving up, you put the bottle back into the wastebasket. All right. And I'll find out for you, Sai, if I can save, or not save my game, although I'm going to do that too. But if I can flush this toilet. Flush toilet. You're not close enough. Flush toilet. Okay. Yes. To answer your question, Mr. Gustafson Zook, or Mr. What Wizard, excuse me, I can, in fact, flush toilets in this here game. So I would like to use toilet. Excuse us. Ah, good. Well, did you think this was Leisure Suit Larry? I guess they had a Leisure Suit Larry reference in here. That was cool. All right. So maybe let's see how Jeeves and Fifi's date is going. I'm assuming it's probably begun at this point. Scheduled for midnight, perhaps, since they were both getting ready around 11:45. And it looks like their date's not going so well. What is happening around here? You have discovered poor Fifi and Jeeves lying dead on the floor, with their spilled drinks nearby. You don't like the looks of this at all. It's probably a good thing that you don't like the looks of it. So, I guess... examine Jeeves. It's not apparently readily apparent how Jeeves and Fifi died, as there are no wound marks in their bodies. They got poisoned by the sleeping powder that you just found. Examine Fifi. Same thing. All right. So is there anything I can see? Oh, there's something. Is there something on the ground here? Look, floor. Fifi and Jeeves are lying dead with their spilled drinks. Okay, take drink. Shouldn't touch them. Okay. What's on here? The decanter, right? Look, decanter. Strange white powder is collected in the bottom of the cognac decanter. Yep, they definitely got poisoned by the stuff, the sleeping powder stuff. Alright, so... examine decanter with monocle. Bending over the cognac decanter, you carefully examine it with the monocle. Yes, there are 2 clear fingerprints. I mean, it seems like they probably would have used the decanter, maybe, on their date, and so I don't know if fingerprints actually point to anything in particular, but whatever. All right. Let's see if there's anything anything going on in these here rooms that I might be able to see through these here armories. So pull armory. And I want to look holes. Time has advanced to 12:15. Lillian is writing in a book which she apparently keeps locked in her suitcase. So does that mean I might be able to break into her suitcase and read it? Maybe. All right, so look holes. See if there's anything going on in Clarence's room. That is also advanced time. Should probably save as 12:30 then. Just in case, I might want to come back here. Clarence is writing at his desk. While both Clarence and Lillian are writing things, I do want to see if I can get my hands on their writings at some point, so 12:30. All right. What Wizard says, okay, I'm out. Good luck with the murder. Thanks for joining us tonight, What Wizard. I will see you again on the stream tomorrow, possibly. All right, there does appear to be an empty glass here. So I am going to look at the glass. Look glass. You look at the empty glass, you notice a faint fingerprint on it. Look glass, or examine glass. With monocle. Picking up the glass, you see Wilbur's monocle. You use Wilbur's monocle as a magnifying glass and notice a faint fingerprint. Yeah, I get that there are fingerprints, but I don't know if that really tells me anything other than someone was using a glass, which doesn't exactly seem revelatory, but whatever. All right. So let's check out if there's anything like suspicious going on, like any of these parts, these here parts. Look, table. Let's find open magazine on the table. Read magazine. Read the name of the magazine. It's called the Racehorse Quarterly. Okay, so that's what Wilbur was reading before he died. But I'm not very interested in that because I'm pretty sure that's a red herring, considering I haven't really seen anything regarding racehorses since then. Maybe we have some weapons missing from the armory. It's always a possibility. So open armory. Filling with glass door of the cabinet, look inside. Stored within it is the Colonel's rifle collection. Cautiously, you peek inside the open door of the cabinet. Not surprisingly, part of the Colonel's weapon collection is housed there. Within the cabinet, you see an Australian boomerang, a steel cutlass, a mace, and an antique crossbow. Right? Didn't mention any missing weapons. Unless you're just supposed to remember what all was in there, which I certainly don't. All right. Rudy is here petting the dog. Good guy, Rudy. Good guy. Right, 12:45. Pet dog. Rudy is already petting the dog. All right. Well, bye, Rudy. Anything going on out here? Thing in this this here little house? Nope. Lillian's toys are here as always. Maybe I should try using this swing. Swing. Gingerly, sit on the swing. Great. I broke the swing. How embarrassing. Still the same old fingerprints there, or footprints there. What else is there to find? I guess we haven't visited Celie in a while. I could go check out what's going on with her. I think this path leads to the shack. Although it might lead to the patio. Yeah. Of course, what's her name isn't here anymore. Gloria. Alright, Celie, what are you up to? Oh, that actually advanced the time for some reason. So it's 1 o'clock. What you doing here, girl? Can't you feel the evil in the air? There's something real bad around here, and I'm staying put in my cabin behind locked doors. You get yourself on back to your room here. Yeah, that sounds pretty wise, Celie. People are dropping like flies left and right. In fact, maybe this was before the time when there were telephones around in this part of the country, but there were. Probably be notifying the authorities around now. Not really sure why that hasn't happened yet. Back into the weapons room we go. Oh my. Look. Case. Uh-oh, someone broke the glass case and took the silver derringer. Alright. Wow. What victims do we have left? We have Celie, but Celie seems to be locked up inside her house, although I guess something could happen to her in there. I might want to check that out later. We also have, is it Clarence and Rudy and Lillian. So I'll check their rooms. And the Colonel, who seems to be missing. Right, that was not Clarence. This is Clarence's room. I wanted to check out. Uh-oh, a bad feeling comes over you as you look around the room. The small desk chair has been knocked over, and you see a fresh blood stain on the rug. Alright, so someone died here. Clarence or Rudy, probably, since this is their room, or is it Wilbur's room? Whose room is it? Who knows? Okay, so look, ground. Fresh blood stain on the rug near the overturned chair. Examine blood with monocle. See if, okay, that's not gonna do anything. Look, desk. Clarence has left his notebook on the small writing desk. Read notebook. Maybe I didn't want to do that. I'll read it and then I might go back. You notice that just one page has been written on, and today's date, May 27th, 1925, heads it. Curiously, you read the rest. It says, I'm terribly apprehensive about what's going on here. Can't say why, I just call it a bad sensation, or the fact that a bunch of people died. But as the evening wears on, I'm feeling more and more alone. Where's Wilbur? Where's Gertie? Where's Gloria? Could they have left without me? Is there a way to leave this island and that I'm not aware of? Still, the spine-tingling feeling won't leave. And frankly, I'm scared. Alright. I think I'm gonna restore if possible, yeah. So look, blood, so returned. I'm gonna wait on examining the diary, because it's going to move time forward, which I would like to avoid right now. And let's see if we can find where the body is, whoever's body it is. Hey, Colonel. Mind if I take a peek around here? See if I can find a dead body or anything like that? Nope. Nothing in here. I guess I could check out the Okay, there he is. This is horrendous. Now it's Clarence. Someone has killed him by stabbing him in the chest with a dagger. If only there were a way to flee this terrible island. Is there really no way to flee this terrible island? I'm not totally sure about that. But okay. Alright, so I have found Clarence's body. It's probably pretty safe to let time move forward, but there are a couple other things I can think of that I can do. One would be to see if I can read Lillian's suitcase. Lillian's suitcase is what I said, if you could hear me over my yawning. So, open suitcase. Oh, that's my clothes. I want to look in Lillian's suitcase. Notice a diary line atop Lillian's clothes. Read diary. Don't have it. Take diary. Okay. Read diary. Upon opening the diary, you casually notice an ink-stained fingerprint inside the front cover. Curiously, and a bit guiltily, you scan through the rest of the diary's pages. Nothing much captures your interest until you come to the latest entry. It reads, May 27th, that's today. Dear Diary, I'm so terribly upset. I can't believe Uncle Henry would do this to me. I thought I was like a daughter to him, and now I find out I'm no more important than any of those other creeps. They can't get away with it, you know? They just can't. Between you and me, Diary, you know why. You know they have to go. Oh my. Because of what they all did to me. I know they were all in it together to have me put away in the nut house. I was never crazy. They just wanted me out of the picture. Now they have to. That's it. The passage ends abruptly. What could Lillian mean by all this? That sounds not great. Great. Examine diary with monocle. Upon opening the diary, you see a small inky fingerprint inside the front cover. You examine it more closely with Wilbur's monocle. Right? And did you get anything from that? Nope. All right. So now I think I'm fairly comfortable. Well, I'm just thinking of what I want to do next. I guess I have my saved game, so I don't have too much to worry about. But I think I'm going to poke around a little bit before reading the diary, just because I feel like the notebook is pretty stationary. Like, I don't feel like it can go many places, whereas there might be some things going on out here that could end up passing by without my knowledge. All right, so let's see. What do I have in my inventory? So there was something that I didn't do yesterday. And I was saving it because I think that now is the best time to do it. And that was statue. Okay, Borealia. So look base. Look. Can I examine statue? That okay. Look valve. Alright. So there is some kind of use valve with, because they did say something about using this with a statue. What do you want to do with the valve handle? Maybe this is the wrong statue. I don't know if there are any others. Okay, so let's check out. Maybe the other garden has some statues in it? I can't quite remember. I do know that the note that you found inside the knight's helmet did say something about using it in a statue, so I'm going to try to find exactly what it meant by that. Could be this one. Say that. Shoot. Look pedestal. Look hedge. What am I overlooking? Oh, you know what? There's another hedge garden that I... Oh man, I feel really stupid now. Oh gosh. Oh, there's another hedge garden that I just completely forgot about. Okay. It's out here. Oh god. Man, that took me a long time to solve. If indeed I even did solve it, but I think I did. So somewhere out here, there's another garden that I forgot about. See if I can even find it now. Maybe Rudy will lead me to it. No such luck. But yeah, there is another thingy. I'm just trying to remember where it is, but yeah, I do. Hi Rudy. um, yeah, let me just see if I can find it. I know this doesn't make for the most engrossing video, but please bear with me here, as this game has reached its Sierra moment. This game had been mostly devoid of Sierra moments until now, when it has just suddenly gotten extremely annoying. Okay, am I looking at it? Is it up here? Yes, this is it. Okay, this is the thing that I was looking for. Oh, I haven't even been in here. No wonder I didn't remember it. This hedge garden is very strange. In the center, you see a small fountain, while a nearby nymph overlooks it. Perhaps at one time, this was someone's place of quiet contemplation. Alright, and there's even a very obvious hole in this nymph. So, look, statue. A statue of a dancing nymph overlooks the fountain. What's this? You notice a small square shaft protruding from the base of the statue. Okay, so I'll take it back. This isn't really that bad a Sierra moment. This is just a stupid Nathanbobathan moment, where I just completely overlooked this part of the map, so forgive me. Alright, so use valve with shaft. Put valve in shaft? Right, there we go. Valve handle is now attached to the valve stem at the base of the statue. So turn valve. On turning the valve handle, you hear a click and the fountain comes to life. Right, can I push the statue? Close enough. Oh, that's promising. Push statue. You grab the statue and find it turns easily. As you turn it, you notice a hidden trapdoor in the ground opening simultaneously. Nice. Alright, so let's save our game here. I think it's still 1 o'clock. Let's just save it as 1B. Alright, so there may be something bad down here, so that's why It's too dark, you can't see. Alright, I do seem to recall that I have a lantern. So let's check that out. I have a lantern, oil can. Okay, I need a way to light my lantern, though. I don't seem to have anything. Any matches. Alright. Well, time to find some matches. Where can I find matches? Maybe in the kitchen? Oh man, you know what? I just checked a list of inventory items and where to find them. And it sounds like the matches are actually found in Wilbur's body. And Wilbur at this point has disappeared, so I might need to restore an earlier save. Let's do this one. No, that's to save over. I don't want to do that. Restore. So yeah, I want 1 o'clock. Hopefully I haven't checked in here yet, because if I already have, Wilbur is going to be gone. Oh, Wilbur's gone. I'm I might need to restore... I mean, I do have the 1245 save, which isn't that far back. So I guess I can check that out. Man, okay, this part of the stream has kind of been a disaster. But whatever. No, I don't want to save. I don't want to save over it. I want to restore it. Okay. All right, we'll get there. Let's see. What was the thing that made time go forward? Finally, with my matches in hand, light them. You know, this still wasn't, in fairness, this wasn't as bad as that freaking graveyard in King's Quest IV, or for that matter, all of the parts of Zack McCracken. So this game still is doing pretty well. Alright. Light Lantern. Use a match, you carefully light the lantern, it glows brightly. Alright. Time to head down here. It looks like an underground passage of some sort. Boy, it sure is dark down here. The sudden sound of scurrying rats causes your heart to begin beating wildly. Alright. So, we can go down into this cave here. This looks like an underground passage of some sort. This looks like an underground passage of some sort, but it sure is dark down here. The sudden sound of scurrying rats causes... Okay, I already saw that. It appears that you've discovered an old sealed-off portion of the basement. You notice some outdated laundry paraphernalia in the form of a laundry chute, a wash tub, and a broken-down wringer. You can barely make out the pile of something underneath the chute. Looks like all the dead bodies. Someone has cruelly dumped the bodies of Gertie, Wilbur, Gloria, Ethel, Fifi, Jeeves, and Clarence down the old laundry chute. Alright. So, examine bodies. This, like, sickens you. Gonna look at the wall here. There looks like there's something. There's opposite walls have been bricked up. On the left, you notice one bricked up portion. You notice a small metal plate. Oh, there's a rat. Great. Small metal plate in the wall next to the bricked up archway. There's a hole in the middle of the metal plate. Alright, so what do I have in my inventory? Rolling pin, poker, crowbar, and crank. Okay, so maybe I want to use crank and hole. Crank. What is it called? Use crank and plate? Okay. Use crank with plate. Put crank in plate. Will that work? Okay, that'll work. With some effort, you are able to insert the crank into the hole of the small metal plate. It fits perfectly. Alright. Turn crank. Slowly turn the crank. A secret panel opens to another passage. Okay. So what's in here now? This is an pretty effectively creepy area. You have come upon some stairs leading upward. You wonder where they might lead. I've made my way inside this, You've entered a cold, dark tomb. From moonlight shining in through the stained glass window, you can make out 4 vaults in the wall and a stone sarcophagus on the floor. Each vault has a nameplate above it. the tomb door is barred on this side. All right. So look. Vault door is sealed shut, but the door is engraved nameplate. Pry open vault. Vault sealed shut. You can't open it with your bare hands. With the crowbar, right? Use crowbar on the vault. Close enough. Pry vault with crowbar. Okay, well, I guess that's gonna work. You insert the crowbar into the small opening between the vault door and the tomb wall. Then pull with all your might. When a loud crack, the door pops open. Look in vault. Vault and see a leather pouch. Take pouch. The leather pouch, vault, take it with you. Look in pouch. Open the leather pouch and peer inside. It's full of precious jewels. Carefully, you close again so as not to lose any. Nice, you are robbing this vault. Good work, Laura. So, yeah. So I guess it's time to head out of this this place. Coincidentally, I think it's still 1 o'clock. It's funny how the passage of time works in this game. All right, so I want to save here, I think. Head back up this way. All right. Cool. Well, that is that. What else might be going on around these parts? I'm thinking that the other things I need to find are outside. I don't think I've been here before. Misty bayou waters surround this old plantation, cutting it off from the rest of the world. Better watch your step around here. I'm not going to stick around here because there's a gator, and if I know anything about these games, gators will eat you. Actually, if I know anything about real life, gators will eat you. Gators are pretty vicious, from what I hear. Okay. Alright, well, we found the bodies. Now to find the killer before he or she kills again. Who are our remaining people? Let's see, we have Seely, and Lillian, and Rudy. Speaking of Rudy. And Clarence. No, Clarence is dead, what am I talking about? And Henry, that's what I meant. Henry Dijon, Mustard. Colonel Mustard, as he's better known. Alright, let's just go in here. Okay, it is 1:15. I think that's probably fine for the time to change at this point. Looks like nothing special. Really? Okay. Well, if you say so. Rudy, dude. I haven't seen Lillian in a bit, which tends to worry me. I guess I could check out her dollhouse. If she's not in there, then I can check out our room, maybe. Yeah, her dollhouse is this way, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so hopefully she's not dead in there, because that would be very unfortunate. Alright, she's still alive. Good. We have a visitor, darling. Sit up straight now. Tell Lillian about basement. Lillian is caught up in some fantasy world with those dolls. She's not listening to you. We have okay, well, if you're not going to listen to me, I'm going to leave. But it is, what, 1:30? So I'll save my game as that. We're close enough to 1:15 that if I need to make it back there, it shouldn't be too bad. What else? Let's check out the house and see what's going on in here. At the very least, I can probably go ahead and read Clarence's notebook, which will also move time forward. Whole cabinet. Always good to spy, right? Wait, what's this on the ground? If anything. Just see boot print on the floor. Examine boot print with monocle. Monocle, but let's see anything interesting. Okay. Look holes. Don't see anyone, but you hear someone moving around. Alright, so someone is in there. Let's see if we can catch them in the act, whatever that act might be. And what's the go in there? Come on. Ah, it's Rudy. Rudy is rooting through our stuff. Ha ha ha. All right. 1:45. So I know how to get to 2 now. Look, Rudy. Okay, Rudy, I'll let you snoop around. Maybe you'll find something pertinent to the case. Okay, so, guess I can go in here and read this. Since I don't think I have anything left to do. Notebook. You notice that just one page has been written on, and today's date, May 27th, 1925, heads it. Curiously, you read the rest. It says, I'm terribly apprehensive about what's going on here. Can't say why, I just call it a bad sensation. But as the evening wears on, I'm feeling more and more alone. Where's Wilbur? Where's Gertie? Where's Gloria? Could they have left without me? Is there a way to leave the island that I'm not aware of? Still, the spine tingle and fear won't leave. And frankly, I'm scared. I'm scared. Well, you should be. Shortly after writing that, you got stabbed. How's that for scared? So it's 2 o'clock. I think we're nearing the end of the game. I want to say mercifully, but I'm only saying that now because I'm frustrated. But really, it was my fault. There's a note on the door. Read note. You read the note. It says, meet me in the hedge garden. Oh no, a sudden gust of wind blows away the note. Great. Alright, well, hedge garden, aho, I guess. Ahoy, aho. I don't know. Heading off to the hedge garden. Guess I should probably save in case someone, like, jumps out and stabs me. Which, knowing Sierra, is always a distinct possibility. And considering that thing's open, maybe you should have hit her there, but whatever. Oh no, someone has shot Lillian to death in the hedge garden. Quite afraid now, you fear greatly for your own life. You should have feared for your own life a long time ago, friend. Okay, so look around. Silver derringer lying on the ground near Lillian's feet. Derringer. Stoop and pick up the derringer. Your eye happens to fall upon a bullet not far from Lillian's head. Hand, take bullet. Not close enough. Take bullet. Okay. Load derringer. Okay. So I have a derringer. Why they didn't take it with them, I don't know. Trembling hands, you examine Lillian's body and see the horrible gunshot wound to her chest area. What's this? You suddenly find a skeleton key in the pocket of the old army cape. Since it may be useful, you take it with you. Right. So, 2:15. I think this is right before the climax, so... You hear scuffling upstairs. Oh my. You're scuffling further upstairs. Well, before I check that out, I want to see if there's anything left, because I think that's going to bring me to endgame. So, might want to take a look around. And it's a good thing I did, because here's a medical bag or something. Look, bag. Someone has left the doctor's bag open on the floor. Look in bag. Contents are a mess inside. It looks as if someone has hurriedly searched through it. Take bag. Be wise to leave it alone. Search bag. Okay, well, I think that might be all I need to find. Okay. So let us go upstairs. It looks like I could have taken the elevator up, but it looked like it was not available. It looked like it was further down. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use a skeleton key I got to just open this door here, which it should open. Unlock door. Using the skeleton key, you unlock the attic door. Open door. Oh no, Colonel Jean and Rudy are in the midst of a fierce struggle. You see a hypodermic needle between them, and it's impossible to tell which of the two men is the aggressor. This is indeed a dangerous situation. You know, I'm gonna... I guess I should probably save my game here. Oh, I guess I can't save it right now. So if there was anyone watching this would be the time I would ask who I should shoot, but I think it might just be me in here right now. You know, I think I might remember who the actual perpetrator is. To me, it seems like a pretty clear... Well, I don't know. So, I want to say that it's Rudy, just because he's a total skis bag, but he was also doing some things that made me wonder if it really was him, like searching my room. Like, why would he be doing that unless he was investigating? But maybe he was just looking for a murder weapon. I don't know. I guess it could be Henry, but I don't really know what his motive is. Rudy could very well be, like, trying to get Henry's fortune. So I'm gonna say Rudy. I'm gonna shoot Rudy, and I can shoot Henry next to see the alternate ending if I'm right, or if I'm wrong, to see the real ending. So let's go ahead and shoot Rudy if Laura is a good enough shot. You have shot and wounded Rudy. Thank you, young lady, Laura. That was some mighty fine shooting for a gal. Guess I owe you my life, don't I? Well, my nephew was trying to kill me with poison in one of Wilbur's hypodermic needles. Oh, it's terrible what's been happening here tonight. I invite everyone here to tell them about my will, and they end up killing each other over it. I'm guessing Rudy wasn't the only perpetrator, maybe? Truthfully, I was keeping my eye on everyone in the house tonight, or so I thought. I didn't see any of the murders. It wasn't until I met Rudy in my bedroom that he told me what had happened. I couldn't believe it. He told me that my niece, Lillian, had finally gone totally berserk and out of crazy jealousy was killing everyone that she thought had gotten between her and me. Well, she managed to just about murder everyone until she attacked Rudy with my Derringer. Rudy managed to wrestle the gun from her and in self-defense killed her instead. My nephew, seeing as how everyone else was already dead, decided to finish the job by killing me with a hypodermic needle. Zara died of a heart attack induced by the terrible deeds that my niece had done. Can't stand much more of this. Laura, please find Celia and tell her fire up one of the signal rockets that we use to summon help in emergencies. Why didn't you do that earlier, you old bat? The next morning, I know somehow knew your day would come. You've been Laura's servant for many years, Celia, but Beauregard and Blaze trust you. I decided to leave all my money to you, provided you take care of my animals for the rest of their lives. Of course, sir. I can't think of anything else I'd rather do. Thank you, sir. Miss Bow, I know you found an old Civil War treasure in my estate. Since you so bravely saved my life, I'll let you keep every dime of it for yourself as a reward. Thank you, Colonel Dijon Mustard. That's very kind of you. You know, Beauregard told people my creatures are greedy to ruin or selfish. That's why we live way out here to get away from them, but we couldn't get away from them completely, could we, boy? No, not completely, but everything will be okay now. The end. Well, I got the rating of Seasoned PI. Would you like to review your notes? Sure. Oh, it's cool that they have notes. Let's see what they say. Tulane. Open. Person befriended. Sealy. Cool. Took food item from kitchen, Sealy's cabin, and Jeeves' room. Cool. Took useful item from body of Lillian, Clarence Sparrow, Dr. Wilbur C. Fields. People found murdered. Lillian, Ethel, Gertie, Gloria, Clarence, Wilbur, Jeeves, Fifi. I think that's everyone. Found secret entrance, exit in dining room, downstairs hallway, upstairs hallway, billiard room, hedge garden, basement, library, parlor, Clarence and Rudy's room, Gloria's room, my room, Colonel's room. Cool. So objects used more than once. Crowbar, diary, oil can, monocle. Incomplete. Well, guess I dropped the ball on that one. Took object from suitcase of Lillian. Valuable object taken, pouch of jewels. Religious article discovered, Bible. Another incomplete. Items requiring close scrutiny. Blueprint in mud, sleeping powder bottle, handkerchief, rolling pin, fireplace poker, glass, cognac, decanter, diary, cigar butt. People with gambling habits. Rudy, Clarence, Wilbur. Yep. Keep that gambling thing into the ground. People guilty of embezzlement. Clarence, Wilbur. Yep. People with a telltale scent. Colonel, Dijon, Lillian, Clarence Sparrow, and Fifi. Person refusing to sell something. Ethel. Was she refusing to sell? Forget that. Oh well. People romantically involved. Colonel Dijon, Gloria Swansong, Clarence Sparrow, Jeeves, and Fifi. Yep. Colonel was involved with Fifi. Kind of gross, but keep going. I'm not here to judge. Person wishing to end an affair. Gloria Swansong. Has embarrassing medical history. Gloria Swansong. Don't remember what that was, but apparently I found it. Objects which change location. Derringer, dagger, cognac decanter, doctor's bag. Ultimate location of most bodies. Basement. Yep. People who struggled physically. Colonel Dijon? Not really. Rudy Dijon, Clarence Sparrow, Fifi. Oh, I guess, yeah, struggled physically in terms of being murdered. I thought they meant in terms of actually needing a wheelchair, which he didn't. Find out. Person with surprising secret. Colonel Dijon. People who use secret passages. Colonel Dijon and Lillian. Yep, I remember smelling their scent in those places. One who murdered the most people, Lillian. Yep. According to Dijon. Time of first visit to the attic, 9:45. Cool. Got in there pretty early, I guess. Alright, I think that's all my notes. Shoot Henry. He's dead. You have shot and killed Colonel Dijon. Thanks, kid. You saved my life. That old coot lured me up here, and when he wasn't looking, tried to stick me in with a hypodermic needle. Doctor feels bad. I hate to think what was in it. Without you coming along, I might be dead now, just like the others. Do you know about the others? Well, let me tell you about it. I found out that my uncle lured us all here so he could kill us. He never had any intention of leaving his money to any of us at all. He only wanted to get rid of us. He's been sneaking around here all night. One by one, he's been murdering everyone. He had us all fooled, let me tell you. He was in a lot better shape than we all thought. Well, it's a shame about everyone else, but at least you and I are still alive. I'm sure this night's been real traumatic for you. You go on home in the morning, and I'll stay on here a couple more days to tend to things. Or, if you will, I'd like to contact the authorities in New Orleans and let them know what happened here tonight. Thanks again, kid. The next morning, Later that same day, as you near the wharf at New Orleans, you consider last night's events. Was Rudy telling you the truth, or could there be more to the story? Oh well, you'll probably never know. Best to forget it and go on with your life. Maybe the police will find the answers. Poor Lillian. Poor everybody. Yep. Bad ending. And I got Season PI, despite not solving the case. Alright, cool. Okay, so that was the Colonel's Bequest. And yeah, that was a very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it might have been my favorite of the Sierras from the 80s, actually. I know there are a few left that I haven't played yet. The Police Quest games and the, what were the other ones? The Space Quest games. Loser Suit Larry, I'm not really going to bother with for some personal reasons, but I might do those eventually. But I'm just not right now. I'm just not at a point where I'm really interested in them, to be honest. But yeah, I enjoyed all these games quite a bit for different reasons. Some of them I enjoyed more than others. I think the award for most frustrating game definitely goes to Zach McCracken. As frustrating as King's Quest III was at parts, Zach McCracken really took the cake with those parts of, you know, losing all of your verbs, not being able to move, getting trapped in prison repeatedly, death scenarios that put you in an unwinnable state, and so on. Really just a very frustrating game. The award for most playable and most fun, I guess the one that holds up the best today, I think, would actually go maybe either to this one or perhaps to, well, yeah, probably this one, actually. There are some reasons why I would have a hard time recommending any of the others for a modern audience, just because they are so obtuse in parts. But this one really is very playable. I think some of the stuff that I struggled with a little bit was stuff that I didn't necessarily need to do to finish the game. I think you can finish the game without finding the secret entrance to the basement. I think you can just find all the bodies and get the key from Lillian and go up into the attic and finish. So yeah, really, if you just wanted to do a straight run through of this game, you could really do it without a walkthrough even, and you'd be in fairly decent shape that way. Yeah, other than that, I'm glad that I played this. It was a lot of fun, very atmospheric. I thought they did a really good job of building the creep factor into this without, obviously with pretty limited technology by today's standards. Thought the sound design was very intentional and very moody, very excellent. Again, especially considering the limitations, the absence of any very complex, at least very complex sound cards. What else should I say about this game? Yeah, I mean the writing does leave something to be desired. But yeah, if you just look at it from a pure atmospheric perspective, it does work really well. And I think that if you are someone who's very fond of sort of the Agatha Christie conceit, this is one that you would get a lot of enjoyment out of, and I know I certainly did. And so with that, I think finishing the 80s off with a bang. So Colonel's Bequest, good game, and looking forward to starting the 90s adventure games tomorrow. And to kick that off, I'm going to start with a game that I have particularly vivid memories of, and that is King's Quest V. This is a game that I spent many, many hours playing growing up, and now I realize that the whole thing can probably be beaten in just a little over 2 hours. So I might actually be able to finish it in one go tomorrow, depending on how active I'm feeling. But yeah, it's quite a frustrating game for reasons that will become apparent to you as you watch me play. But it's also a gorgeous looking game, and I'm really looking forward to taking that out for a spin tomorrow. So if you join me tomorrow around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I will be streaming the Splunky Daily Challenge, as always, and then moving into King's Quest V. So thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you tomorrow.